All it takes is one dumb mother to come in and try to tear everything down. You a mother rat.
Just give me a chance to redeem myself.
Now, you want to redeem yourself? See, I don't want to use the word seppuku, because that has something to do with folks who had honor, which you don't have. So why don't you cut your mother throat, or I'll do it for you.
You know who you are, but you just can't be walking through this like you own it.
Why don't you ask Junior to walk up in there and tell him I'm him?
I ain't telling him.
I think it's time for you to go.
Yo. Chill out. How you sit in me?
You like games?
No, sir.
Well, I think I got a game that you're gonna like. How'd you like to play Pop the Pinata with old Benny the Rat himself?
Tell me.
Oh yeah, baby. Chitty chitty bang bang, Crips and Fangs, baby. Mr. Alexander.
Not no more.
Thank you for your time, sir.
Get the drink.
If I were you, I'd let him down.
You know who you talking to?
Man who used to have the bat.
Get up! Quit playing around.
Mr. Alexander. Now we gonna see what the you really made of.
Don't even think about it, son. I said, how the hell did I get out of here?
You died.
The story begins with Alexander Coates, a ruthless crime lord, arriving at his private torture chamber, where his loyal enforcer Hurst is holding Sasha, one of Coates' own men, as Coates accuses him of failing his mission and reminds him that he fully understood the consequences of betrayal.
You broke the code, Sasha.
Just give me a chance to redeem myself.
Now,
To enforce that lesson, Coates orders Hurst to hand Sasha a knife and demands that he take his own life or be killed instead, but Sasha refuses and suddenly fights back. The resistance is short-lived, as Coates kills Sasha effortlessly without suffering a single injury, then calmly instructs Hurst to fetch him a clean suit since the current one is stained with blood. Shortly afterward, Coates presents Hurst with 2 handguns, explaining that they were taken through violence and offering them as a reward for capturing Sasha, before assigning him a new mission to eliminate a man named Benny, who continues to resist Coates' control from inside prison, while making it clear that failure will carry severe consequences.
not a problem.
Later, inside a chaotic prison, Hurst is seen operating undercover, disguised as a guard. Hurst moves through the facility, taking down guards with precision one by one as prisoners scramble to protect Benny. Just as Hurst prepares to take the shot, he gets distracted and kills the wrong man. While escaping, he is confronted by a furious inmate known as Iceman, who tells him that he has failed the mission. Hurst runs and escapes, and outside the prison, Coates calls to ask if the job is finished, and Hurst lies without hesitation, claiming success and agreeing to meet in 30 minutes. At the meeting, Coates introduces his partner Dante, who reveals the truth, that Hurst eliminated the wrong target.
You took out the wrong brother. You deaf or something, white boy?
Even though it is his first failure, Coates insists there must be consequences. Dante's men knock Hurst unconscious, but Coates orders them to spare his life, and Hurst is brutally tortured, his hands crushed beyond repair.
Man said you go home broke? Consider yourself broke, mother...
Destroying the weapons that once made him feared. 6 months later, Hurst is a shadow of his former self, numbing the pain with drugs and keeping to himself. He briefly crosses paths with a bar attendant named Oso, exchanges a few words, and retreats to his room. That night, Coates visits Hurst, reminding him of the man he used to be and offering him money to leave the city and start over.
Now it's time to get better. Time to get your strength back.
2 years later, Iceman is released from prison and meets with Coates, revealing that the man Hurst was sent to kill is still alive and now in their custody, demanding compensation for keeping him hidden. Coates agrees, unaware that Iceman is already rebuilding his criminal empire.
Mr. Alexander, his days are numbered.
Soon after, Iceman's men deliver a message to rival gang leader Caesar, warning him to submit or face consequences.
Tell your boss that from now on, any product he moves in my club, I get 10%. Now we 6-0, baby, and we don't accept no apology.
Later that night, Oso is ambushed by thieves on his way to work.
Look like a fucking cook to you?
Said give me the fucking box, Holmes.
But Hurst steps in just in time, overpowering the attackers and saving him. Grateful and shaken, Oso thanks Hurst, and the two begin to form a quiet bond. Not long after, Iceman's men storm the bar where Oso and Karen work, harassing Karen without restraint.
Don't even think about it.
Oso stands up to them as Hurst arrives to return Oso's lost item, and from that moment, the two grow closer. Oso confides that Karen is like a daughter to him, while Hurst avoids explaining what happened to his damaged hands.
What happened to your hands, anyhow?
I'll tell you all about it.
Elsewhere, Iceman meets Caesar and demands 10% of his income. When Caesar hesitates, Iceman brutally kills his men, making it clear that refusal is not an option. The next morning, Hurst follows Iceman to a warehouse but is captured, only to realize Iceman was the one who gave him the false identity for the prison hit. Seeing Hurst broken and no longer useful, Iceman spares his life.
Now you're lucky I promised my mom I wouldn't shoot anybody today, or your ass would be dead. That's on neighborhood.
Later, alone in his room, Hurst sinks into despair, believing his life has lost all meaning, until he hears Karen screaming outside. He rushes out and finds Coates and his men driving off Iceman's attackers.
What's going on, gentlemen? What's happened?
You know we got bosses.
Oso ends the fight with a single gunshot. Realizing the situation has gone too far, Coates decides to confront Iceman in person and heads to his club. The guards try to stop him, forcing Coates to react violently.
I think it's time for you to go.
After taking down Iceman's men, Coates confronts Iceman directly and orders him to stand down.
Stupid. And it turned into war. And war ain't no good for business. It ain't good for nobody.
I like you, nigga.
I see it in.
Iceman pretends to agree with Coates, but the moment Coates leaves, his tone changes. Convinced that eliminating Coates will leave no one bold enough to challenge him, Iceman orders his right-hand man to assemble the crew and set up an ambush. Coates also reaches out to Hurst and asks him to return. Just as Hurst agrees, Oso suddenly knocks him unconscious. When Hurst wakes, Oso explains that Coates ordered him to treat Hurst's injuries and help him recover, but before they can escape, Caesar's men capture them. At Caesar's hideout, Hurst is sentenced to be buried alive, while Oso is tortured and threatened with Karen's assault. Oso fights back with everything he has but is stabbed in the chest. Later, Iceman arrives and demands Karen, and Caesar, fearing for his life, reluctantly hands her over. Hurst escapes moments before being buried and returns to the hideout, where he finds Oso badly wounded. With his final strength, Oso begs Hurst to save Karen. Fueled by rage, Hurst slaughters Caesar's men and shoots Caesar in the leg, forcing him to reveal Karen's location. At the same time, Iceman launches a full assault on Coates' base, and as gunfire erupts, Hurst arrives and turns the fight in Coates' favor, cutting down Iceman's men one by one. Cornered and desperate, Iceman grabs Karen and uses her as a shield, but without hesitation, Coates fires a single shot, killing Iceman instantly. With Iceman dead and the war finally over, Hurst thanks Coates for standing by him, and after everything he has endured, Hurst finally earns his place back in Coates' criminal underworld. Subscribe for more dramas like this, and don't forget to like this video, it really helps the channel grow.